Kyle Kahler's Mohawk Valley guy. This should be an interesting matchup. They both have a very similar body style. Long, lanky guys. And that should be interesting how they match up and how they utilize themselves.
Yeah, I know Derek's been training. He's been training for quite a while. I know the last opponent dropped out. He's kind of bummed about that. I interviewed him for my show Against the Cage on CageWars.com and YouTube. He's ready to go. He fought for me on one of my shows. It was his first fight. He lost, but it was one of the fights of the night. So he's definitely going to bring it.
And speaking to Kyle Kahler, I interviewed him as well. Former Marine. He's a guy who shows some toughness. He's still learning some technique, learning the sport. But speaking to him right before the fights, he said he feels like a champion. He's ready to rock and roll.
And he can pack away some food. I've seen him in the back after weigh-in. Of course, he comes from a great camp too. You got Duff Holmes, legend of the sport. Yeah, this should be one of, if not fight of the night, one of the fights of the night.
This is interesting, as the third man in the cage. This fight will be big Mr. Nels Larson.
Nobody knows this, but Nels doubled as a stunt double on Harry and the Henderson.
Did he really? He was the stunt double for the Big Ape.
Yeah.
Great movie, Harry and the Hendersons. That's a classic.
That's one of my top 10 faves.
Yeah, that's a true classic, that one.
Get ready for the Mohawk Valley MMA train to come down.
And as we know, the Mohawk Valley guys are always, a few of them are always on the card, as Mike Doolin's also on the card, teammate Kyle Kahler. Those guys are always well prepared, ready to go. The tough guys.
Very tough guys.
I'm excited for this fight. This is one I was looking at. Speaking to Kyle Kahler, I know he's ready, but like I said, they match up well, I think.
Yeah, stylistically wise, they're basically carbon copies of each other. Derek has a little bit more background, but I think this probably, we see some fireworks. Should be good. I know that Matt Secor couldn't be here for Derek, but they definitely got their good cornerman over there.
Most definitely, as here comes Kyle Kahler after getting a little water, about to walk into the cage.
Derek giving me the evil eye. Yeah, Duff doesn't let anybody that isn't going to put in the work in the gym. So any guy that's coming out of that gym has got to put in some work, or they wouldn't be in the cage. That's for sure.
He's not. He's one of those. You have to show up to practice. You have to show up to. So I hear a lot of times that you see amateurs where they don't go to practice, they don't do what they're supposed to, and then all of a sudden they're fighting.
Yep.
It's like you didn't put in a camp, you didn't put in any time to prepare for this. How do you think you can compete? And I definitely know he's one of those coaches. He's very tough on his students.
Absolutely.
And he expects the best and the most from them.
Yep.
As you got Beef Train and a handful of Davey
Best
Dooley, Rob Best, yeah. Got them all the MMA guys in the corner.
This bout is scheduled for 3 rounds in our catchweight 150-pound division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, representing Mohawk Valley Mixed Martial Arts out of New Hartford, New York, Kyle Kahler. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, representing Matt Secor, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu out of Glens Falls, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, Derek Ellis. Controlling the action at the sound of the bell is referee Nels Larson.
As you heard, ring announcer Mike Falvo introduce Big Nels Larson, third man in the cage. As you can see, both of them are ready to go, both confident. Here we go, touch gloves in the center of the cage.
Derek
Ellis opens with a kick, and Kyle Kahler answers with a throwing a strike right away. Nice kick.
Leg kick.
Nice shots by Kyle Kahler. He's landing.
Oop.
Oh,
Derek
good
shooting
stuff
in
on the
for
double.
Oop.
Oh, good defense right there on the takedowns by Kahler.
Well, Derek's pretty good off his back and trained jiu-jitsu with Matt, so.
That's where he wants to be, right?
Yeah,
Ellis wants to
absolutely.
be on the ground.
Yeah.
This is advanced amateur rules, ladies and gentlemen, so you can ground and pound to the head as Ellis
nice
gets
trap.
that reverse.
Nice reverse.
Nice, good for Kahler. You see him get up right away and moving. He's not just sitting there. Good fight so far.
Absolutely.
Kahler wants to get his head to his hips to the side. Defends that guillotine attempt.
Derek wants to turn away from the cage a little bit. Use his feet, push up. Oh, going for
Now,
an
Jay,
armbar.
Kahler would be benefit from putting him against the cage,
He wants
right?
him against the cage. Derek wants to be a little bit away from the cage. Try to do a little bit of walk up, turn him over. Oh, no, Derek's going for a triangle. Arms out.
Kahler's
arms
trying
out.
to wiggle out of that.
Yep, that was
Looked like he was air tapping. Some big shots from, nice right
nice
right
right
there
hand.
by Kahler.
Derek should be working that.
The United
Getting that
States
knee
Marine
across.
veteran is applying some pressure right now and defending
Ooh, nice sneaky
choke attempts.
triangle right there.
Yeah, he looks like he's in a bit of trouble.
Oh, got it locked in. He's got to pull that arm out. Tap.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice finish
Snuck
by
that in
Derek
out of
Ellis. See, he wasn't doing too hot up until that.
Oh, caught it nice.
It looked like that pressure just pushing forward
Pushing
put him
way
in that
too-
bad
He
situation.
put himself in that. He stacked him and then basically baited his head right in there.
So here we got the replay right there. As you can see the legs being ripped around his body. Kahler getting that big right hand.
Kept his head in that position.
Well, Ellis showed some patience right there. Continued working, attacked the arm, and just
Rolled out of it.
transitioning.
See, Ellis is nice and patient. Didn't try to force it.
And here we go as he's
Wiggle.
trying to wiggle out of there. Air tapping almost.
Yep.
But he did a good job. I think he should have kept going,
The
right?
transition, he should have got right up.
Nice shot again by Kahler.
Threw that arm in way too deep. You see Derek's going to push that left arm.
I think he would have been beneficial to back out right at this
Controls
position.
the wrist.
Yep, right
Ends
there.
up over the top of it. That was a mistake on Kahler, but
Why we fight at this level, and that's something we talked about when I interviewed him on my podcast. He talked about, it's about getting experience and learning in the different situations, and that's definitely a situation, as we saw in the replay, he can learn from.
absolutely.
Back out when you know you're in a little bit of trouble, or just hand control when you're in those positions. As we're going to throw it up to the ring announcer, Mike Falvo, for the official decision.
After 1 minute 43 seconds into the first round, the fight is called to a stop for your winner by submission by way of triangle choke out of the red corner. Blue corner, out of the blue corner, Derek Ellis.